Everybody, good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. Just might sign a little bit. That's right. Fixing. It's all about setting it up. Right, move the microphone. There we go. Adjust my sign. uh, Toward me, right? Yeah. I'm so obsessed with that. I don't know why. Everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm feeling much better today. I do have a tendency. Let me catch up. Let's see who's all chat. Hey, Daniel, how you doing? We got Daniel, we got Brian, we got Kevin, got Century. Oh wait, I can hear the YouTube. Let me kill the YouTube real quick. Hold on. There's a delay. There you go. There we go. All right. It's cold. It doesn't sound good. It's just, let's hope so. It turns out it will. Face hugs, guys, and hisses from LV426. Good day today. Yes. Gap-Filla versus foam. Yes. Gap-Filler for me is far superior than using foam clay. Eyeball works. There's Becky. Hey, good morning, Becky. I have a cold and I'm sharing. Thanks, Becky. Brian says, good morning, everyone. I'm still digging myself out of a snowstorm. Oh, man. Yikes. I could share some leftover pie. Becky, if you were next door to me, yeah, I would take you up on that. I'd take some of that pie. So let's go over here real quick. Here is the head. As you guys can see, I went ahead and patched it already. It's all patched up. Because that's how it ended last stream, is patching up. So it's all dry now. We'd go and gently sand it. And then we'd go through and see if there's any spots I want to hit again. And then I think the next big thing was we'll probably seal it. But we won't seal it on the stream. I will probably start working on the neck. Where is that thing I had? Hold on. It got me thinking. Hold on. I think I put this over here real quick. Oh, here it is. Okay. As you can see, I'm moving very slowly because of my back. Little bit of an update on my back situation is that I would keep thinking I've turned the corner on it, and then let me fix this. Drive me nuts. I would think I turned a corner on it, and I'd go to sleep and then wake up, and then my back it gets stiff all over in the morning again. It just like, so I guess sleeping on it is not the best thing. Okay. Man, I'm really blown out today. Seems really white. Probably just I think it's the black shirt. But I have to move around a little bit slowly. But what we're going to do today is in the head that we're making, my head, the alien head I'm doing, is more from James Cameron's Aliens. And what they did for that movie was, people don't find this hard to believe, but their budget was it was like, I think 14 million or something like that. It wasn't like as big as they hoped for, but Cameron and Gail were pretty smart about how to do things on a budget. But the aliens, the background alien, the aliens' suits had to be kind of limited because they're just Jim's camera knew how you wanted to shoot them, so they're going to be in the dark mostly. So you need bodysuits with just pieces on them. So they made things, and so for the heads, were just like I think latex and polyfoam heads these guys would wear, and to hide their faces, they made you guys can see here. This is like a which is like a little thing that went around their heads, like a neck. And here's a better picture of it. It's a I got this off of there's a guy who sells a 3D model you can buy that's really accurate, and you can tell, but by looking at it, he actually scanned. He probably had some access to these original sculptures, and he scanned them and then cleaned them up on files. But that's the neck, and it comes all the way up. But I'm just going to I have my head cast, and I'm going to probably take foil, make like I do with it, make a foil, make a pattern. But I'm gonna make it out of upholstery foam and make it out of really soft foam, because it's just gonna be like a hoodie I slip on that drops down to here. So, and I gotta put the hoodie on and kind of figure out where the head's gonna end, and I'm just gonna build what you see from there up. So. Quick rinse your back. Hey Ted, super glue works on broken limbs and action figures that I got. Oh, what super glue? Here's the weird thing with super glue. It'll hold things temporarily, but it never does a bond. With that type of plastic for action figures, it's like it almost has to be melded together. It's like, I know what you speak of. Something there probably is. You'd have to talk to somebody in the toy collecting universe, people who are like into buying toys, like collecting toys, restoring toys. They're more dialed in on what would be fit, because I know it's a particular type of plastic, and I'm sure because back in the old days, glue was never that great, but now there's better glues now for materials, for different types of materials. There's flexible glue and rubber-like types of glue. Yeah. Danny says, I'm making a Viking Mario for myself. Oh, man, fantastic. You like to mix it up, do a lot of crossovers. Oh, I see. Oh my God, Brian, dude, there's this these patches that my wife got me. I guess there's the same thing like Icy Hot, but they're these really nice patches. They're really thin, and my wife rubs my skin down with alcohol, cleans it up, and then sticks them on me. And man, you're right, they work like a. So I might wear one today later. It just warms you up throughout the day, but I'm finding out that when I go to bed and try to wake up, it's the worst. So I'm thinking about not doing that and then doing the patch at night. Like sticking the patch on my back at night and taking a muscle relaxer when I go to sleep, so when I wake up, it's not an ordeal to get out of bed like it was this morning, these past couple of days. Like I'm fine when I'm up and about right now, but when I go to bed and wake up. All right, guys, enough about my back. Let's get to work. Let's do this. So let's jump to the overhead. What's that, Becky? Becky says, hold on, Becky's, oh crap, sorry guys. Becky, high CBD and low THC patches, trust me. All right. Oh, Viking Warhammer made from foam and yoga blocks. PVC material. That's right. Daniel, I make stuff out of trash too. Low THC, pass. Now, you guys are talking about the weed. Like, I don't know. We'll see. All right. Let's, you know something? Really quickly, now I'm thinking about it. Let's get some water and a brush. So I want to do some, Okay, this is what we're talking about right now. This is, oh, let's start recording. Start recording. All right. As you can see, I went ahead and took the gap filler and filled in all the hard edges, which is going to smooth things out a little bit. And this looks great. I do have some sanding sponge and some sanding sticks. Let me get some smaller ones maybe. I don't know if it's going to need, I'm only going to sand spots. I think it looked rough because while it was, the gap filler was wet, I went in with my finger and sanded it. I'm sorry, I went in with my finger and smoothed it out while it was still wet. But there's some spots I see that are a little rough. So the spots that I can see, I go back with a sanding stick. Like that, looks good, that's good. And again, it doesn't have to be super perfect because it is organic. You know, I just want it to look less like chunks of foam and like just some organic pieces here. But yeah, this looks good. So what my plan is I'm going to go through and check the high points out and hit it with a sanding stick. Anything that looks too rough to me, so right here on the head, for example, there's some rough spots here. Tell you what, for the big flat areas, let's get a sanding. I have a sanding sponge. I think it would be a lot better. There's seam lines like here, I know, but I'm not going to worry about that because I do have some tubing that I'm going to run on this. That'll be the last thing we do after we seal all this. Well, let's get a bigger sanding sponge. Hold on for a second. Wait, hold on. Am I back? Okay, I'm back. Alright, looks good. Let's flip this around the other side. Hold on, there's a bunch of stuff on my table. Let's move some stuff here. Yes, yeah. These guys, I want to put some foam clay around this connection point here too. We'll do that. Let me finish sanding real quick. Do that first. All right, turn the volume up. There you go. Oh, trust me, I'd wear a mask if I was grinding. This is not really kicking up. This stuff is not really kicking much dust up. Not much dust with this stuff. Yes. See. Okay. So, as you guys can see here, I want to show you the my cool little took the foam dowels and a wood burner and made these guys for the tubing. A little time consuming, but it worked out because again, plastic tubing would just doesn't stick really well to foam. I mean, it doesn't. The paint doesn't stick to it as well either. So I just want to get something that's a little more durable. So I made these guys out of foam. These are foam dowels as well right here. And yeah, and of course I made these guys. So let's go ahead and put this guy back in. And let's put some foam clay and kind of blend this in a little bit more. It's kind of a hard line here that bothers me. So let's get some water and a chip brush here. Let's wet it up and let's stick some foam clay on it real quick. All right. Where's that water? Oh, real quick, Becky says, "Hey, Parks and Quinn, how you doing, everybody?" My friend Parks and Quinn is in chat. Hello, how are you today? Thanks for coming by and saying hi. Becky says, "I have an event up. I have an event coming up. I need a comfy but impressive cosplay. Do you make foam derpy cat demon hunter dresses or formal demo dragon strange things dresses?" You get that a lot, do you, Becky? There was a cosplayer that did a Stranger Things using bubble wrap and hot glue and just wrapped it. I mean, don't get me wrong, it looked amazing. She did a great job. It's like working with what you got. She just really bashed it out and made it look really super cool. And they, of course, was for a Stranger Things premiere, and she probably definitely got paid for it. So when you do something for a premiere, hey, will you make a cosplay based? I don't know what they. Here's the weird thing about that. I think it's great that they do that. I just don't know what they pay these people. I guarantee it's not enough. I think people do it for exposure sometimes, but for me, it's never enough. Okay, got this all wet. Got some water. I'm going to wet this up. And I got some foam clay here. I'm just going to kind of cover this mess up here real quick. And just kind of blend it in a little bit more. Just like this. Put my finger, smooth it out. I'll probably have to just do it just behind this first ring, because I'm going to have to be able to probably pop this thing off to get the just like this. There we go. Like that. Yeah, we want to get rid of that hard line. Say just like that. All right, got a spatula. Where's that spatula? See, just like that. There you go. There's some holes here, like that. Smooth that out. Push back here, cover that up. Sorry guys, I'm trying to keep this in camera for you. I'm kind of trying to keep it, not have it get in front of this ring, because when it dries, I want to be able to pop it out. So, yeah, see, this looks better already. See, there you go. All right, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Tell you what, let's get you guys a little closer here, shall we? Here, let's put this. There you go. Perfect. Okay. What? That's Kevin. Hey, Kevin, again. With Kevin with his $5. Thank you so much. How would you simulate small bumps on foam to make a toad skin on EVA foam? That's actually, yeah, that's a good question. How would you make foam? Now, again, are you doing it just on EVA foam? You can do something as simple as cut a bunch of you use do what I'm doing right now. Is get your shape of the toad you want, and then taking foam clay and just making a bunch of little balls and pushing them flat, make a little bunch of round bumps, series of just a bunch of small bumps everywhere. You know, that's a fast way to do it. But I always say when you're working with foam clay, make sure you wet the EVA foam first. Like here, for example, what I'm doing right here, because I found that if you do it dry, it just pulls off over time. But if you wet the foam first like this, it helps the foam clay stick better. Because I've done stuff with foam clay and certain things, but it's just getting. You know, again, I don't need a lot. I just want to fill in these, just these hard edges. So just kind of go like this. But yeah, it's easier to blend when it's wet on the foam. So it just gets it wet. You can just smush it in like so. And then just blend it. All right, hold on. There you go. Because once this foam clay dries, I'll be able to pop these guys out. I'll probably do some foam clay in some spots overall, but you know, I don't have any. I'm thinking about using this plastic tubing, but maybe. I'm working on I made a little video this weekend. I shot it, and I'll probably edit and have it up this week or next week. It's a little technique I did on making these plastic tubes and making stone molds so I can make them out of rubber. So, because all the fine detail on this guy, I made a stone mold and I slip cast and made rubber ones. So I'll show you the tubing I'm going to use. Hold on. I think that's going to be it. Is that it for the foam clay, maybe? Let's see. Okay. Excellent. Let that dry. as I was telling you guys, I made a stone mold of some thin plastic tubing, and so I could slip cast a bunch of rubber pieces. So as you guys can see right here, this is my rubber tubing. Of course, I got to take some cuticle scissors and trim it up a little bit. But this is what I'm going to use on the edges, because on the alien head, the border of his face from here on top of his head stuff is this stuff right here, and I'm just going to glue it down. But again, this all happens, see, little tubing, and it's really going to pull this thing together once this is all done. But this is what I'll be doing once this is sealed. So yeah, we'll focus. Focus. All right, there you go. Toad gets bumpy. I mean, you're not going to get it exact, but you get it, because the thing is, you just want to create a surface, a texture, and I'd get a series of different bumps. Like I just make a little bunch of foam clay balls, different sizes, and then push them down, and make little bumps all over it. I mean, that's my suggestion. Thin layers of foam clay down, and then here's the thing: if you do a thin layer of foam clay, you're gonna have a hard time having it not crack or split. Foam clay itself, in large sheets over time, flexing and stuff like that, it'll crack and split. It just gets brittle over time. That's why I'd say don't use it as a giant thing and roll a texture thing over it. It'd be best just to, it's time consuming, but you're best likely to have little bumps, individuals, and therefore they stick. They'll just wet the EVA foam, stick the foam clay, and it'll stick way better. Toad skin sounds a random to me. Monster clay, some more skin texture pads and texture rolling. And yeah, when you're sculpting clay, sure, but you're working in EVA foam, it's a different mentality, it's a different approach. How did you exactly the texture on the xenomorph chin and cheeks? Oh, I just made a pattern. This is a pattern. I knew the shape I wanted, and I wanted to be symmetrical, so I made a pattern. Just kind of patterned the shape I wanted. Made something up. Took some foil, made a pattern, flipped it, glued it. So this is just EVA foam. Different pieces I glued, like really, I think it's like 4 mil. Yeah, it's 4mm foam, and I made a pattern, glued this to make the cheeks. And the chin, here, let me grab the chin real quick, I'll show you. The chin, as you guys can see, this has already been sealed with creature cast. I put creature cast on it. Again, this is all just 4mm foam I constructed, ground it all up in different pieces, and the chin is foam clay. So all these bumps and ridges and his lip, all this stuff, this is all foam clay. Yeah, just did a foam clay, and I ground this in foam and shaped the teeth up as good as I could, and then to smooth them out, I went back in with some foam clay and stuffed in here in nooks and crannies to fill it all up. And back here, little bumps here is foam clay, little bump here is foam clay, but everything else is just EVA foam. And I did I cut into it, did some recesses and stuck some foam behind it, but that's all sealed. See, and that's what's going to pull this guy together once the mouth goes on. And when it's done, I'm going to position the mouth open slightly and have like strings. I'm actually going to use like condoms for the rubber on the side, because that's what they use for the movie. Just thought it'd be fun to do the same technique. And then once that's done, I'm going to leave it, because the mouth is going to be my viewport. That's what I'm going to be able to see out of. Because people are like, oh, you can make it open and close. I'm like, it's not really. I'm just going to make it as a costume. So you can just have it just semi-open. So when I'm wearing it, I can look out the mouth. Just have a general idea where I'm going. But yeah, that's. But I think, you know, guys, I think I'm pretty good. There's one thing I want to do is get the stone bit. Let this dry. That looks good. That's good. Let's bring this back up so you guys can see it. There you go. Lock the camera off. All right. Hey, it's a Sam Pack. Just subscribe. Thank you for some. Thank you, Sam. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for hanging out and saying hello today. I'm trying to get the 200. I'm at 1,095 subscribers. 195,000 subscribers. I'm trying to get 200,000. Every little bit helps, guys. Thank you. I was trying to do it last year, didn't get it, so I'm trying it again this year, hopefully. Trying to get more stuff. All right, so but that's how I did that. Gunnar goes, I was planning on a silicone pendants on the cheeks. Is that too much trouble to figure out how to glue them up? If I mix slackers. Well, the thing is, it's just like I'm not much of a silicone guy because it's chemicals and it's expensive. So what I usually do, I just do what they did. They used for the tendons in their mouths were just condoms. For the actual movie, they just super glued condoms on the side of the mouth, so to give it that tendril, transparent skin thing. Giger was really into that stuff, so they just stuck to add detail to the mouth because the mouth was just a big fiberglass hinge point, but he wanted tendons on it, so that's when he ended up adding and covering stuff up with just layers and layers of different condoms, and just that was the mouth. So and it gave that great that look to it. And I think it's very funny. I love that aspect of it. So that's what I'm going to do. Is when it gets to it, just buy a box and start using this for the tendrils in the mouth. There is some, but yeah, I think with the head today, I think we're going to be good. I don't think there's anything else I really need to do. I can't do much more. I think we're at the stage where we're going to seal it. So what I'm thinking today, what we could do is we can start working on the neck. Because I can't really think of what else we could do this head. But here, let me show you guys what we got so far here. But there it is, right? Isn't that cool? And a lot of things, the paint, the thing is going to definitely condoms, rose condoms, rows of condoms, yes. But yeah, it's coming together. I'm really happy with it. And I do have the alien eggs. I just got a base color green, and I'm kind of thinking about how I'm going to paint them as I'm making the video for the eggs. I'm going to do a patina wash on them. Like it's like a green. I'm going to take some burnt sienna, water down, and do a dry brush on those. I'm sorry, I'm just talking out loud. But this is so. Let's go ahead, guys. This looks great. Oh yeah, I'm gonna paint them silver. This like chrome silver. They get a bit of a texture to them, but I know that when I start spraying the creature cast rubber on everything, it's going to smooth everything out quite a bit. So yeah, the teeth will be shiny. Of course, why would I not paint that? But yeah, that's it. Get that over here. All right. Put these over here. Fantastic. So. Let's hold on, guys. Let me grab the head real quick. All right. Okay, we have my my head cast. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you. Let me grab the image that I had, which is here. Let's prop this up for now. Right. I've had this foam clay for so long. I'm so glad it's hanging in there. I found myself. I have actually another tub. I didn't realize I had another tub of clay, but I do. I had a big tub. I think I split some of it with my assistant Peter. So let me get the image of what I want to do real quick. Oh, here it is. Let's trim this real quick here. Big craft knife. That. That. Cut ourselves a little triangle. All right. Let's hot glue. Let's get my hot glue gun. Fantastic. So what we're going to do, this is the piece we'll be doing. This is the neck to the alien head. And so I'm going to use this as a reference because it's just like a tube, really. So it's some interesting stuff happening here. I can kind of eyeball it, fake what we can see because this is going to cover. They designed this where it covers the entire face, but I'm only going to need a portion of it because we'll blot it out, and then once we put the head on, we can figure out how far we want to, how deep. Because I only want to do what you can see. So this thing covers, when I put my alien head on, it covers all the way down to my eyes. So I just from almost like from the top of my ears down needs to be covered. And so I'll have a spandex hood that will just build once I make my pattern and the foam pieces are made. I'll glue the foam to the spandex hood so it stays in place when I slide everything on. Literally the same technique I did for the for my feral mutant from Fallout. All right, tell you what, let's wait for this hot glue gun to heat up in a second. And catch up with chat. Let's see. Oh. Daniel says, always thought of more Viking and Mario stuff that I'm going to do in the future. I have a Viking pattern. I have a Viking helmet, I think. So that's so while this is heating up, I'm wondering, let's change the camera, maybe. Let's change the camera angle, guys. I can. I think I have a small tripod. What is that small tripod? Because I used to have one up here. I think I kept it up here for. Oh, there it is. Yay! I kept it. I have this tiny little tripod I keep for low camera angles. It's this guy right here, like this. I forgot where I got this. It's like this small little portable tripod. But it does. It works great. Fantastic. And since we're not on that camera, let me take this overhead camera really quick here and loosen it up for you guys. put this on here because I like to change the angle so you guys don't have to see everything from above. So you can actually see what I'm doing from the side, right? Good, good, good. We got that. Lock it off, adjust it. Let me position it, make sure it's right. Maybe let's get the camera from above more so it doesn't blow out the... All right, let's check. There we go, see? Let's adjust this a little bit better so you don't get any flare. Let's bring the head further back. There we go. That's better. See? That. And there you go. Kind of see what I'm working on there. Or better yet, let's probably move this more forward like this so we can both see it, right? Okay, so we're going to take some aluminum foil. We do some foil sculpting. And how we do this, I like to make a bunch of little balls. Oops. Yeah, that's some scissors. There you go. Hey guys, really quickly, something happened. I want to talk about my friends, Cowbutt Crunchies. There's this thing Meta's pushing on Facebook, like, oh, use Meta AI to do your advertisements, and so they offer it to everybody. So what Meta did was like said, oh, hey, Cowbutt Crunchies is using AI, using their AI program. You should join them, like. So they're basically reaching out to their fans. Meta's telling them that they're using it when in fact they're not. And so Cowbutt Crunchies are like, hey, no, we're not. We're not doing that. And you gotta please, and so they got in their account to try to switch it off or take it down, and they can't. Because Meta did that. And so now they're getting backlash from fans like, hey man, you guys are using AI and like and unfollowing them and everything. They're like, wait a minute, what? We didn't do this. And so I told them, like, what you should do is talk to a lawyer about what can you do before you get a lawyer. So I saw somebody on TikTok, which I totally agree. Like, pay for somebody's advice to find out if it's doable, what the steps you can do to not only have them take it down, but to use you for marketing without your permission is bullshit. And that's one thing that it flashes me back to the days of Yaya Han, when Yaya Han was at the peak of her career and booming and doing Yaya Han stuff. She loves going to Dragon Con. She always rents 2 tables. She always gets 2 tables. She pays for them and sells her merch. So, of course, at the peak of her popularity, she got these 2 tables, and then Dragon Con, without her permission, advertised, hey, Yaya Han's going to be at Dragon Con. And they took a picture of her and put it on their website. And Yaya's like, wait a minute, what? No. For me to be at your event, you have to pay me. I have an appearance fee. I'm not advertising I'm going to be there. I'm just selling my merch. So immediately she wrote to him and said, cancel my tables. And I was so proud. It was a baller move to do, but she's like, I'm not doing this. So she canceled her tables and didn't go at all because they advertised she's going to be there without her permission. So Meta's doing the same thing with Cowbutt Crunchies. They're saying that they're using Meta, and in fact they're not. So on this platform, if you guys know Cowbutt Crunchies, and if you know anybody out there who's like talking smack or mad at them for doing it, let them know that it's them not doing it. They're not doing it. They didn't join it. They're not using AI. So, but they just know they use them because they're popular, which got me thinking, are they using me? I'm not that hip, so I don't really think they're going after me, but got me thinking like, are they using me as something? But anyway, but they're doing it on Facebook and Instagram, letting people know. And so anyway, just giving you guys a heads up. So if you do follow them and you have a beef about that, let them, it's not them and they're not doing it. So. All right, so you got a couple more foam balls here real quick. But I mean, I got, how many people are in chat? I mean, I'm only reaching a small amount of people here on chat, but I wanted to let you guys know that's just, this is. You know, somebody could do that. I should do that on Instagram today. It's not a bad idea. To make AI, yeah, somebody talks about that, and I implore you, like it's something you can put that the AI can't read it. I know there's something they can do that scrambles their artwork too. There's codes and things you can put in, so it just can't grab it. Yeah, it's crazy. All right. Spread the word. Thank you guys. At least do that much. Cough medicine has me wired. Getting jacked up with some cough medicine, Becky. Oh. Going Ape costume. I miss hanging out with you, man. We gotta do a con soon. I hope they bring me back out to EchoCon. Or sorry, ElcoCon. That's it, Elco. Elco's fun. Aluminum foil. Okay. AI's bad. AI, there's good things. Like I think AI can be used for the medical field, looking for cancer. There's all stuff AI can do, but like trying to bring stuff in the art world stuff and AI slop. There's so much slop. It's ridiculous. Yeah, let's do that. There's software called Glaze. It's a nightshade that will confuse AI. Nightshade will automatically corrupt all AI models. Yeah, I heard about that. There's my daughter was telling me about that because she does a lot of artwork and stuff online. So she'll be one of the prime targets of people taking her stuff. All right, guys, here we're going to do. What I'm going to do is I got some hot glue and some foil balls. So I'm going to squirt a little hot glue on my foil ball like this. Like that. Ooh, ouch. And then, of course, drop it on the table like that. So I just put it right there on the neck. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start filling in the neck. Because I'm trying to hide my my face. So And let's do when I make patterns like this, I only do one side. I'm not gonna try to reinvent the wheel so much. I'm just gonna do a I always like to do one side, just kind of shape up what I want and then go from there. Okay. Like that. And here. Right. Oh, so real quick, guys, this says the O'Neill Dylan asked on Twitch, have you ever created real props on films, TV, or cosplay? For example, swords that were made out of foam. What I recommend, hi, friend on Twitch. You got, again, everybody, real quickly, if you guys are watching this on Twitch, thank you so much for your continued support. I am doing a simulcast. I stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time, but I only have my chat open on YouTube. But somebody's asking me about props. Yes, if you go to my website, eviltedsmith.com, and go to photos, I have all the photos of props and things I've worked on over the years. Foam swords, I've never made a foam sword for a film, but I've had made foam props for films. I've made foam. I made the Gatling gun from Star Trek Into Darkness. That's on the screen for 5 seconds. That's out of foam. I made a cinder block from Arrested Development. I made a foam Bible that Jason throws at Louis Denise Dreyfus in the face when she pretends she was blind. He's like, she's not blind. He throws a Bible at her, and she, of course, takes it in the face. But there's all kinds of little random things I made out of foam. I made some foam cases for Hunger Games and stuff. I made things, yeah. So if you go through my website, everything's listed right there. But thanks for asking. Somebody goes, the only good thing for AIs is CEO stuff. It's absolutely true. Just, because those guys make way too much money for doing nothing. I think the favorite thing is that guy who apparently saved Starbucks, and then now he's going to Chipotle, and they spent him like $93 million and stuff, and he has a private jet, and he flew out there and told them all they could do to fix Chipotle, and I'm like, everything he said doesn't work, and Chipotle's sinking. So do they get their money back? I'm always like, you guys paid this guy money for stuff, and he gives you all this advice, and then your company's still sinking. It's ridiculous. Like, you should ask for that money back. Okay, overhead. There you go. So he gets the foil balls, hot glue. All right. Okay, like this. Fantastic. It's looking good. Looking good, good, good. So yeah, I'm just going to fill in this void. But the one thing I'm definitely going to do is I'm going to make this out of a very thin upholstery foam, a soft foam. Because with being it on a head, it's funny. I say that, but then I wonder if I did EVA foam, it would just... it wouldn't move, which it probably wouldn't have to move, because the only portion that has to move is where my head is. I don't know. We'll see. I know it's like I'll probably make a prototype out of EVA foam, make sure it works make the pattern first. If I like it, then all right. So there's a big void back here. Let's do that. Fill that in. All right. Okay. All right. And more foam back here. Oh, crafty. Good old hot glue. It's so funny how long hot glue's been around. I used to always think it was kind of amusing that when it came out in the industry, people still use hot glue. And it's just a great way to stick things fast. You just can't beat hot glue, man. It's just for throwing something together. I always put the hot glue... Sorry, guys. I keep putting the hot glue gun in front of the camera. Okay, guys, so ouch! Ooh! Oh my God! Sorry. Oh, I just tweaked my back. Oh, because what it was, I was leaning forward and pushing with my arm. Yeah, I can do this. I have to be very, very, I was pushing too hard. Yeah. It's like, I'm better, but I can't, like, for example, if somebody called me for work, I'd be screwed because I wouldn't want to turn down work, but my back's in such bad enough shape, I don't know how well I'd be able to work. So yeah, it's just like, that was just a reminder that I have to be easy when I'm working. Because I'm like, oh, it's just this crampy. But what is, I'm too, here, let me tell you what, let's scoot this closer to me so I don't have to reach so far. Like this, right? So, because that's what was happening. I reached out too far and pushed on it, and it hurt my back a little bit, so. Yeah, I just can't. You gotta be super careful. Well, I'll tell you what, guys, I have to make some more aluminum foil balls anyway. Let's stick this over here so I don't block the camera. Get some foil, make some more balls. I'll be damned. Yeah, I sure did. I tweaked my back. All right. Yeah, that's smarts, man. Ouch. See, gotta be careful. Yep, time for pills. Yeah, Becky, I think it is time for some muscle relaxers is what I need. My wife is a pharmacy, so she has a lot of stuff, so I'm gonna hit her up today. get some, take some. I'm gonna probably take one today and then take one before I go to bed. Because I got a doctor. The thing is, it's great because I have a doctor's appointment I set up a while back. And it's on December 1st, which is great. Tomorrow, so I can go in and say, hey, by the way, I had a doctor's appointment for something completely different, but I threw my back out, so can you please look me over? Because I jacked myself up pretty good, so guys can give me a looks over. Yeah. Because I called and they said, well, you already have an appointment. Like, can you just wait till then? I'm like, yeah, I could. My wife said, you should do a walk-in. I'm like, I don't want to walk in. I already have an appointment. So just do it on December 1st. Okay. There we go. And yep, we need more foil. Hold on, more foil balls. I'll be damned. Yeah, sure enough, I jinked my, because what was, I leaned over like this and reached out and pushed. And when you do that, it all transmits to your back. So that's when I was like, oh yeah, oops. So none of that. Can't do that anymore. So just bring things closer to you like this. All right, hold on, make some smaller ones here. So now what I'm gonna do is I see some holes here I'm gonna fill in a little bit, like this, and I'll show you a trick. Because once you get these guys in place, I kind of go back in with like a mallet or a hammer, and you kind of smack, you just kind of tap everything down a little bit. Yeah, there's like holes and things I'm gonna fill in here. Hold on. You know, so funny, doing the foil trick, it's been such a greatest thing because there was, I forgot, I'll be honest with you guys, I always want to give people the shout out, but I always forget where sometimes you learn so much stuff, you forget where you learned it from because it's been so long, you're like, you want to give people a shout out, but I always like, what? Like, where did I learn this? But I know that I'm making foil patterns, I was kind of like, and putting duct tape on things and was kind of like, I know I was kind of the one that spearheaded that, which was kind of nice. And then it's been, once you make a video of it and put it to the world, then everybody does it now, which is great. Because I always like getting things out there. Everybody's saying, take some pills. Yep, time for pills. If you go to the doctor to prescribe some massage, oh, it's true, you get some physical therapy, or you want me really high, give me half a muscle. It does not take a lot of medication to get me going. I'm 54, getting old sucks. Hey, Katie. Hey, Kate. It's Daniel saying back. Today, conspiracy builds, tinfoil, neck armor. That's it. Yeah, the deal is, when you're 54, dude, trust me, it's going to sneak up on you because when I was in my 50s, my 40s and 50s, I really liked. I was age. I pretty much had it. You know, I'm pretty much where I was wanting to be in my life and stuff. But getting if you were to tell me I was going to get married, I would have told you no way in hell. And I never think I'd find anybody that would click with as well as I did with Lydia. And we are very much a lot alike in some ways. So I'm trying to. I just. Hold on, I'm just going to do some. Oops, almost there, guys. So once I get this on here, yeah, right now all I'm doing is trying to fill in the void just on my neck. And what you do is you get all these little spots, like holes and divots, which are not too big of a deal, because I'm going to put a thin layer of foil on top of this. And all right. Hold on, we're almost there. I think in reality the neck ring would probably stick out more because it's gonna have I'm gonna have a rib cage on this thing. But I tell you what, let's worry about that later. Let's go ahead and just get this thing right like that. Glue it like this. All right, fantastic. Because my plan is once I get the head and the neck done, I'll definitely finish it out, paint it, have this a finished piece. Oh, it kind of was. How did you find Lydia? Tinder. Swipe right. And I tell you what was so funny was to give credit where credit due. We're really not much friends anymore. I don't see her anymore. This girl, Roya, who lived here in the complex I live in. She was recently divorced and started dating again. And I think it's funny because she was hooking up and having a lot of sex. Because you've been married for so long, you start dating again. And she was attractive. I think she realized it. Being an attractive female and single, you have quite your pick. But that being said, she said, "Get on Tinder, Ted." I'm like, I don't want to hook up. I want to meet somebody. She's like, if you're in your 20s and 30s, she goes, but on Tinder, people your age are looking for people. And she was right. When I got on there, I'm like, oh, so there's people my age demographic that were just like, first thing they'd say is, I'm not here for hookups. I want to find somebody. I'm like, oh, that's cool. So then a couple of people I swiped on, and two people. I went on 2 dates. The first date didn't work out. I was lost, and the girl that I was going to meet with was like, and I apologize. I was at the wrong Starbucks. And I said, oh, I'm like and she just started screaming at me. Like, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, wait, what? wait, we haven't even met and you're yelling at me because I'm at the wrong Starbucks? I went, all right, we don't need, this date can end really quickly. So I canceled that date immediately and came home. And then my second date was with Lydia. And we totally hit it off. And I had to commit, I was doing BlizzCon and I was building, I think it was my Red Demon costume. I think that's what I was making at the time. And I was rushing to get it done. So, and so I couldn't spend time with her. She was like, let's go out. I would, but I have to do this thing. And well, well, tell you what, on the head thing, on the actual costume, yeah, I'll have that. I'll make it like the original Alien, the big tubes coming out the back and everything. What I want to do though is if I do that, things I've learned over the years, I'll make those removable. I'll have those will snap on with magnets because when you start making a costume like that, and you start having these big things sticking out the back and all that stuff. You got to. It's like I would like to be able to travel with it, and if you get it too big, it won't fit in a container. You won't be able to break it down. So, all right, guys, I think I got it. Let's get a hammer. I'll show you guys here, like that, and I'll show you my next step here. So what I do is I take a mallet like this, and it just tidies everything up. Because that's cool because it's foil, so you can just kind of get everything all tapped in. Yeah, this can curve it, go a little deeper here. Yeah. All right. Fantastic. Okay, now we have this all smoothed out. I want to put a thin layer of foil on this, and that's for me to helps me make a pattern. Kind of helps me see where I'm at. I'll show you real quick. Like this guy, like this. And let me turn on the spray booth real quick here. So I got some spray 70s. I'm going to spray glue the aluminum foil over here. Trying to do that so I can do this. There you go, stick it all down like this. Perfect. Like that, fantastic. All right. All right, and see, I'm just doing this 1/2 right here. Hey, oh, let me catch up with chat really quick here. It says, Technic says, TechLink me, thanks for the awesome content. I love some xenomorph baby temporarily. If you have a heating pad, just put it on your lower back while you're working. As a matter of fact, that's what I do when I'm in bed. I lay down on a heating pad, and I do have these like heat pads my wife puts on me during the day. We have not put one on today. I don't know how many we have left, but I usually throw them on. They get me through the day, and I'll probably do it again. But I think I'm going to put one before I go to bed, because that and taking a muscle relaxer. So it gets me, because I wake up in the middle of the night to go pee, and when I do that, it hurts like a son of a bitch. So I'm like it gets warmed up during the day. It's not so bad, and then I go back to bed and I wake up in the morning and it starts all over again. It really hurts like a lot to get out of bed. So it kind of sucks. But thank you. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna. So now let's go ahead and get some duct tape. Hold on, guys, and we can start applying this this thing out a little bit more. Okay. Duct tape. It's a little bright over here anyway. So, tell you what, guys, let's change the camera angle, because I'm done with this side profile. You guys, you got what I'm doing here, right? So let's do. All right.
Hey, Ted?
Yes.
You still streaming?
Yeah, Ben, what's up?
Okay. Just checking.
Okay.
They're here.
Okay. Bring this back toward you guys. So the plan is I'm going to go ahead and pattern this. I'm going to throw some tape on it. Here, let's do some. All right. Something like this. And right here. Now again, like I said, all we're gonna do is focus on one side, because once I make it, I'm just gonna, make a pattern, flip it for the other side. Here, let's cut this in half. Like that. Now, when laying down tape and you're making a tape pattern, it's best to cut it in short strips opposed to long strips because you don't want to have any buckles of tape in there. You want to try and make sure keep everything as flat as possible. Also, when you're doing it, make sure you overlap the tape so when you take it off, it sticks better to itself. So when you're putting tape on top of tape, make sure you overlap it like so. And cut this guy in half. This is great because I was really I was originally just going to build the head and call it quits, and I realized that if I eventually want to make it into a costume, I got to make sure I couldn't just finish the head because then I would have to. I realized that I'd have to make sure that I make this first and make it to where I have to cut the head because I want to seal the head, but I don't want to seal it until I know exactly how much clearance I have for this neck piece. Because I'm going to make the neck piece, and so if I make the neck piece, I don't want it on the outside. I want to make sure it fits underneath the head. So I might have to trim on the alien head itself to make sure it fits under this neck piece will fit underneath the head rig I build. So, and I'm kind of excited about it because there's a lot of costumes I've seen. There's a guy out there. There's a couple guys. There's some people that made a really nice alien suit, but I think they 3D printed it. I think this guy made a 3D print. He made like 3D molds, like 3D printed negative molds, and then like poured rubber into them or like a urethane, and made like a rubber suit, kind of much like they did with the original and stuff. There's some guys out there that did some really great stuff, and they're cool, but they can't like their level of movement is very limited, very much like the original one in Aliens. Like people don't realize the alien costume itself was cool. The actor could barely move in it, and so they had two. They had a hero one for the tall guy, and they had a stunt one for the guy on the wires and stuff. But it was just rubber latex, and there was a level to how far they could, yeah, I don't need to go any. Yeah, I might not see. Tell you what, guys, once I get this all taped, I'm gonna put the head on there and then draw a line where it's gonna. So I don't need to build anything beyond what I don't need. So let's see. Let's here cut this. Yeah, I got that, and make sure we got everything. Couple here, couple spots here. Yep, some thin spots I missed. Hold on. All right, here we go. All right. There we go. Okay. Fantastic. So now we do, as I draw a center line, where it's going to start in. So let's get my Sharpie and draw a line right down the middle from the front. Right, that's it. That's a little off here to make sure it's straight. Oh, make sure. All right, got that. Same with the back, right down the middle. Straight down the back. Just like this. Oops. And right down the middle. Got it. Okay. So we're going to let's get the head. Let's put the head on it so I can see where it's going to end. So I don't need to build up any higher than we need to. So hold on, guys, for a second. Let me get that. Like that. Let's get the head real quick. Oh, wait, scoot more forward. All right, there it is. So this is the neck, the alien neck. So get my Sharpie and draw our line to see what I need to clear for. Okay. Well, it covers a lot, so I might just only have my eye holes exposed. That is not surprising. Yeah, okay, that's cool. So it does, I can still, it goes, my nose can stick out. That's perfect. And I'll be able to see. So it just covers my mouth and everything. Fantastic. It's going to work. It's going to work. Okay, guys, everything's looking great. Adjust this camera for everybody. How y'all doing? Let me catch up with chat. Oh, there's Kevin. Are they not on DVD? They should. Here's where I don't know if Netflix put things. They put things out on DVD. I don't know if they do. Oh. All right, let me do Becky. Hey Becky, I just made you a moderator because you're here. I know you and I trust you. Hey, there he is, guys. My dear friend John. John, how you doing, man? I just was thinking about you today, and it's been ages since we chatted. Anyway, guys, the modifier is my dear friend John, who I'm gonna get back on and doing the alien egg thing. Yeah, John, I had a little hiccup. I threw my back out. I was helping a friend. I'll go into details when we chat personally, but I was helping out and I lifted the modifier. That's correct. I went to lift something and I threw my back out, and it's been taking. It was last Friday. It was last Friday when I did it. So, yeah, it's a lot. So, yeah. Oof. So I've been kind of like trying to rest up ever since. I can post linkies. Yeah, exactly, Becky. You have the power now. I was like, I kept thinking, goes on YouTube, like, I watched a little video on how to help people become moderators. I'm like, oh my god, I do. So there's Kevin too. Kevin, hold on, Kevin. Kevin's consistent. And hello, Kevin. There you go, Kevin. Kevin is now managed moderator as well. I'm sorry, Kevin. I should have asked you first if you wanted to be a moderator before I just did that. Well, Kevin, I just gave you power as well too. So both you guys are very consistent. You always come here, so it's nice to have a mods here. Ah, too much power. That's right, Kevin. Easy. But the reason I do that is because you guys can grab links. Sometimes I'm busy and I can't grab them. So you guys have the power to put things in chat and stuff. So it's very cool. Eyeball works. Like, yes, now she's drunk with power. No, Becky's really good. And Kevin, I trust you. So, well, that's two moderators. The reason, Daniel, I have two moderators because sometimes Becky's not here, and then because she's doing a con, or I know Kevin's. So I like to have it between two people. They bounce back and forth because it just one can fill in for the other one. There it is, Becky. Is that from my list, Becky? Is that from my Amazon links? Yeah. Anyway, guys, really quickly, Becky threw in the notch cutter. That thing is the bomb. When making patterns, I love that thing. So Becky, yeah, notch cutter. Also, the sharpener, another great one we use a lot. Okay. Let me change the camera really quickly while I have you guys here before I can show you what I'm doing. Let's set the camera back up to my overhead setup again. All right. All right. All right. There we go. So now you guys can see this is the side I'm working on, and there is like a I'm going to do this is all so I'm gonna kind of like draw this on here right here, put that in front of me so I can look at it. Okay. I'm going to do it like this. I'm gonna have a piece that runs and comes up here like this. It comes down like this. Like that. It could be nice to have separate pieces, wouldn't it? Yeah, I could make this out of a thicker foam and make this out of a thinner foam. Like make this like 8 mil, make this 6. And then there's tubing that runs through here. So the tube, comes from the neck, comes up through here like this, like a curved tube like that. Yeah, look at it now. Probably the thing I do differently, I'd probably have it cut more underneath the chin. I wonder if we could have this, let me see if we can tap this down a little bit more with that. Where's that mallet I had? Yeah, here it is. I just want to knock this down a little bit more. I think it'd go. Yeah, I think it's gonna go low, much deeper. Which makes me realize I'll have to redo this line because this line's going to be different now. Hold on. Let's read that straight line. Because I noticed it comes down and curves a little bit more into the chin, which I like. So, let's tape this down. Okay. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Sorry, guys. Becky, I would say now I apologize not doing this sooner. I keep forgetting because I knew all about Twitch and realized I was watching something on YouTube and they send me these links and I get lazy but not watch them about all the things you can do. So I'm starting to pay more attention to YouTube, how to do things. But yeah, you should been to have power being a moderator ages ago because you were the moderator on my Twitch. But let me clean this line really quick here. But sometimes when you get Sharpie lines like this, instead of drawing back over it again, I just like taking alcohol and a paper towel, and since it's duct tape, you can wipe these Sharpie lines right off. See? So instead of drawing on top of the stuff, I just like wipe it off. Dry it out. There we go, like this. So I can redraw this line because now that I bend this down more, yeah, there you go, much better. Much better. Better. Just say better. You don't need to see much, Ted. Okay. There's a thing here in the front I really like. Let's see if we can. Yeah, let's just see if we can just do this. Let's just. I don't want to put foil on this. Let's just do it with tape. I can draw it and then cut it out of a thicker foam. But here, let's just do. There's a little. What I'm talking about is this piece right here. I like this. It kind of sticks out forward. The tube kind of runs into it, but I don't need to make. I just can because it's just a tube where the tube's going to go. So I'm just going to do this with tape, just so I know where it falls. Right. So. Alright. See, that's perfect. Got it. Okay. So, we got our straight line. So this guy goes here like this. And that's where the tubes are going to end. So the tube's going to go like this. It's going to come up and out. Right? It's going to come up like this and around like that. Okay. And this guy comes out like this, out like that, like this, and cuts back. Like that, and then this comes in. You know, I think the same thing's happening here with the tape too. Needs to be a little bit more of a flange. Hold on, guys, because I'm seeing there's all this going on. There's a flange as well. So let me. Yeah, hold on. That's cool. If I put on plaster, it'll lift up pretty easy. I usually put foil down first, but since it's just plaster Paris with dirt and clay all over it, it'll come right up again. So. Like that, see? Get a flange. Okay. So I can tell you right now how to achieve this stuff. I'll do the stuff underneath out of thinner foam. This will be like rubber tubing, and this stuff will be a thicker. So they'll have lips to it. But yeah, make this work. I'm gonna make this work. Do some. Yeah, hold on, guys. Pop this up. Put some more. A little bit more of a flange over here too, like this. There we go. Got it. And then, so now I have that. This guy comes out like this. It cuts back in like that. And then this guy comes out like that. And then, yeah, this thing comes back like this. Yeah, there's another flange piece here. Hold on. Okay, got it. So that's the flange, and this guy is the. Like that. Okay. No, it's going to have to go. This flange is going to have to go a little lower, like this. Come on, like that. And this, okay. So. Got it. All right. So, we're going to do registration marks here. Because this is where it's going to, you see, this is where it ends. So I might have to go, let's go a little bit, we'll go around the nose, because we're never, but I definitely want to do this. Let's go a little higher, so that will taper off. Just a little bit, maybe. Here. Right, just go a little higher. Okay. And then my registration marks back here. My cut lines. Okay, so let's think about this now. Hold on. Let me get some alcohol and a Q-tip because there's some stuff I want to get rid of. Q-tip, hold on. Yeah, like this line here. Get rid of that. Don't want that line. Get rid of that. Get rid of this. That's a mess. That's a mess. I think this, yeah, I think this, hold on guys, this could be lower. Let me come back with this here a little bit more like this. All right. Yep, and let's wipe. Hey, thank you for the, just subscribe. And that is, oh, is that Russian? Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. Hold on. I'm right there. Hold on. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. So a type of modified Gort pattern. Yeah, like a collar. Let me show you. It's I've got this alien head thing, and I'm doing this part, and that's going to cover my neck, and that's what I'm working right now, and that's what let me scoot this closer to me so I don't throw my back out lifting it up. Show you guys real quick here. This is what I'm doing, yeah, like that. And so I'm going to do some registration marks on it. So let's do that really quick. So this is a tube line. These are going to be just, I don't worry about those so much. So let's do this. This is registration. Registration here, 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 here. All right. Yeah, we're gonna have to do some cut lines. I have to. Let's think about this. Cut lines here, here, and definitely have to cut something here. All right. Okay. So. This goes like that. So the registration mark there, and okay. So let's do that. We're going to cut right here. Exacto blade. Here we go. This guy we're cutting out right here. And we're going to go here. And right here. So that's the registration mark here. Let's do that right here. 2 right here and 2 right there. All right. Oh, wait. Let's do it exact over here. Let's cut the guy out. Like that. So here, let's put a little, let me write down what this is like. Just put front. You got front neck. All right. And we'll split this right here down the center. And make sure you guys can see, I'm sorry, make sure you guys can see what's going on here. All right. Like that. Do this side. Make sure it's straight. So let's trim the edge here on the side. Careful, it comes down like this. Alright, got that. So that comes off. And this guy too comes off. This guy was... Wait, this part needs to be cut too, so hold on. This goes here and here. So this all has to get cut out. Like that, and then this guy goes... There, get that. So this guy comes off like this. There you go. These two stay together. Right? Got it, okay. And then this kit is oh wait, this is the... It does have my mouth covered, doesn't it? So... Yeah, tell you what, let's go and cut the mouth out. We just might do a mesh or something and have it come up like this. There you go. All right, here we go. We're going to lift this thing off, right? There we go. All right, fantastic. Here are our patterns. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to carefully cut this all out, because see, this lays nice and flat. This will definitely transfer onto poster board. But before we, let's go ahead and cut like this. Like this, and this, and this, and that, and like that. Now again, when you do stuff like this, what we have to do is we'll make a pattern and we'll start making some prototypes and see how it comes together. But this is nice. This is good. This is good. I wonder if we could just stick this and make this as one piece, because this has to be something separate. So this could be thinner foam. The tubing goes on this. So this could be like thin upholstery foam or 2 mil. This could be like 6 mil. Anyway, I'm sorry guys. I'm just kind of throwing some ideas. So what we'll do is we'll take this. Oh, it's reaching that time, and I'll be wrapping this stream up anyway. So what we'll do next time is we're going to go ahead and take these guys and transfer these onto poster boards, cut my notches and stuff, and build a prototype. And I always find that you really don't know what you have until you build it first. So we're going to go ahead and take this pattern, modify it, build it. Do like I have some thin foam. We'll do a mock-up first and see how it looks, and from there we'll go. So Hey guys, I'm shifting over here real quick. Free patterns. Please like and subscribe. That's right. If you guys enjoy what you saw today and you like my channel, don't forget to leave comments, like, and subscribe. I have almost everything I use in this video. It's all linked on my website, eviltedsmith.com. So by all means, please, please, please. One of my faves. What did you? Okay, hold on. You sent. Let me see what his link. I'm sorry, guys. See what your link is. Oh, those. Yes. Oh my God. Those are the Uniball. Those are the Uniball weight pens I use for black. They're great. I need to order some because I go through them pretty quickly. Oh, and you have my shop as well. This is awesome. I love having my moderators. Why didn't I do this sooner? This is crazy, guys. I don't know why I didn't do this sooner. Oh, this is great. Linky, yeah, right? Ridiculous. So while people are in here, you guys can throw in like my links, my patterns, what I'm talking about. That's wonderful. Yeah, I should have done this way sooner, guys. I'm so sorry. Fantastic. So that's the plan, guys. So we'll go ahead. Let me stop recording here. Oh, just subscribe. Goblin, thank you, Goblin, so much. Thank you, thank you. Again, guys, it's been a trial and error. So the neck pattern thing is great. I want to have that pretty much plotted out, and then I'll build that. I'm wondering if I build it and attach it. If I make it out of because I was making it out of soft foam so it could turn and twist, but I'm wondering if I just build it out of EVA foam and attach it to the body, then my head could turn inside of it. So it'd be like a neck piece that would actually attach to the actual the armor itself, because that'd be the way to do it. Like have the I want see, but I want to be able to tilt me out. No, I'm probably gonna still, because I realize even though it's a neck thing around my neck, I want it to be able to bend. So I'll probably do it out of soft foam, and then doing the plate pieces out of EVA foam, but have this majority of the neck out of a soft foam. So that's probably what I'll do. But all right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I'm so glad I have my two moderators right now. I got Kevin, and if things go on, guys, we can probably bring some more moderators in here. All right, Daniel, thank you so much for going, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I'm working on a Xenomorph head 2, and I love seeing how yours is going. Oh, hold on. Goblin, let me show you something really quick before you go. Here it is, Goblin. It is EVA foam. It's a Pepakura pattern I found. I had to modify a lot to get to where I liked it, but it's coming along. It's getting there. I have the jaws not attached to it yet, but everything's all EVA foam. And I'm doing the alien from Jim Cameron's Aliens is what I'm working on right now. So I'm focusing on people. It's not the first alien. It's one of the aliens from the second film. And right now it's almost done. I got to do some more patchwork because my next step is to seal that with Creature Cast rubber, and then next I'm going to move on to the neck. And then so when you guys come back next Sunday, we'll work on the neck. All right. Thanks, guys, so much for watching, and I will catch you back next time, right here on the Evil Ted channel, guys. See you guys. Bye.